Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, so just did one read. Spirit's like, do another one. I'm like, okay. Do not have any other social media accounts at all. I'm not gonna ask you for money. I don't have any sort of telephone number. I don't even have a website you can go to hook up for reads or classes. I do that all in person. I am not on the interwebs in any other capacity other than this one channel. I do not ask you for any money, donations, nothing. Okay? So, no PayPal, Patreon, buy me a coffee, Cash App, Venmo, nothing. Nothing. Zero money is to be given to me. Alright? Alright. Well, I mean, unless I might do it in the future, but right now, we're good. I'm trying to launch a few things and get other things off the ground. So I can't take on any more workload at the moment. So thank you if you were curious. I appreciate it. I will try to continue to post here as long as my time slots allow. Right now, I do at least get 2 to like 4 videos out every day, depending on. Mondays and Fridays are my worst days to be able to get on here because I'm pretty booked. But this is what we're rolling with at the moment. So, and this feels like, what we need to know before the year of the horse. What do we need to know before the year of the horse? I just did a 2026 Crossroads read. There's going to be something sacred about the skin you're shedding, though. I can't. Beads are made from snakes. You can make like snakeskin overlay beads, I guess you could call them. They're really cool. I have one. It's back there on the lamp post, light post thing. Okay, very shaman vibe with this. Snakeskin on a horse. Like you're going on a healing journey, but there might be a battle or two. And not for like, not stressful battles, just setting your boundary battle. Like not, like I don't see him, he's not even leaving his horse. He's not getting out any weapons. He's just like, yeah, get the heck away. Alrighty then. 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, so you're unhappy. Hey, there's a club for that. Unhappiness is one of those traits that this world is so good at producing. It's kind of weird that way. Did you ever ask yourself that? Why is this world so damn good at producing that? This is in your recent past. Upset about the slow growth. Maybe realizing that some of your pentacles are not coming to fruition as you had hoped or imagined or planned on. But look at there, 9 of Pentacles in the future. Ude hita bita wheel. You're halfway there, baby. Halfway there. Alright. Let's find the 10 of Cups. She's some happiness. How are we gonna get there? Spirit. How do we need to get there? That's a lot. I was hoping for something one and done. Dang-o, dang-o, dang-a-dong. Ooh. Ace of Wands. Go towards your desires. Notice she's not looking at the book here. She's not even looking at the flower, which happens to be a peony, which is the symbol for luxury. She's looking off in the clouds here. She's literally got her head in the clouds. Okay, so take that into note. Three of Cups, probably a friend circle. Some sort of non-workplace, delightful energy, playful excitement, genuine resonance here. And if you will please draw your attention to, not the card I'm sticking in front of the camera, but the yellow, the orange, and the red. This symbolizes to me that the lower three chakras will be brought online with that. And I'm not talking about in a sexual way. I am talking about you are going to feel completely comfortable being your whole self rather than your high vibe self with this community of people. I said what I said. We don't saw trees in half in this channel. Thank you. Love you. Mwah. Okay. Three of Wands. Deciding where you want to go. That's a lot of threes. Where is it? Why is that? Like, okay, so this card is directly spot on. I didn't even realize this happened. So, okay. That's how it was laying directly on top of it. Just like that. Okay, so we're just gonna flip her over. Ooh! Didn't want to look where he wanted you to look, huh? Okay, so I read different, just like every other reader on the interwebs, on the planet. We read different. We all read different. The devil is holding the torch up to the things that are keeping you from the portal. From moving on and completing a cycle and getting through the portal. So the snake eating its tail. She's going, did you want to look at that? Or are you going to keep doing what you're doing? Did you want to be honest with yourself and get into your subconscious energy? Or do you want to keep lying to yourself? Which web do you want to weave? Because either way, you're weaving a web of energy, whether you like it or not. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Not quite happy with it. Not fulfilled by it. Slightly curious as to what could come otherwise. Delightful that you're in a Nine of Pentacles moving forward. Knowing that there's a support system that you can be your whole self with. And then there's a path that you're choosing here. But why is this here? Okay, then you've got the Six of Swords. She's moving to safer waters while watching her. We've had this in the reverse in the last one. But notice how this looks like a possible in the water. So she's looking down at her ruin going, God dang it. So something here ain't it. And that might be why she's not putting her ship in these waters. Just because she knows she's got other places to go here. And that possibly it might cost you these friends here. That could be a possibility. Maybe that's why you're so emotionally upset. Is because you know those friends can't come with you. Well, if they're vibing that way, they can definitely come with you. And you're going to be the fool here. See how that little yellow flower's there? Okay? Don't go back for the yellow flowers. And maybe it could be that you started, because that's where you started off the read, was emotionally upset. But she's in the waters where the flowers have fallen. And for some of you, this could be versions of yourself that you're mourning. Hi, baby. This could be versions of yourself that the devil is holding up torches to and going, yeah, see this level, then this level, and then this level. These are the things that need to be vetted out. Okay. So let's get the Seven of Pentacles and the devil clarified. Okay, that is like a third of the deck, so we're gonna put that back. Alright, what needs to come out for clarification with the devil and the Seven of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay, the Six of Cups. Something from your childhood could be producing this. Okay, so the devil's probably trying to point you to here the differences between going off of the patterns of the childhood that produce the tree. But look at how the roots of this tree are all lit up. I'll give you the differences between the trees so you can see for yourself. Okay? This is an evergreen. This is deciduous, and it looks like it's got... looks like it's a tree of life, if you ask me. But because it's got flowers and apples and whatever else in it. This looks like a bouquet of a tree. And what it feels like to me is because this tree doesn't exist in reality, there's something in your fantasy here. Okay, now I'm getting something else. Because this feels like there's something in your fantasy that maybe it feels like it's taking too long to come to fruition, and the devil's asking you, giving you that torch. Okay, the fiery pits of hell in the underworld. What lights you up down here? What actually lights you up? See, we want to believe that hell is some sort of crap place that we go after life. No, hell is underworld. It's the underground. It's where all the things need to have nutrients and whatever else. Okay, maybe if we stopped demonizing nature, we'd stop poisoning it so consciously. So, I read completely different here, because these energetic patterns have real world outcomes, and we do need to be diligent about that. 2026 is not the year to fuck around and find out. You do not appreciate that. I sincerely wish you the most of your life and farewell. You don't have to stay here. But I'm telling you that having beliefs, structures that make certain things bad is going to allow you to treat things badly. So we're just very conscious here of that on the channel. Yes, Faso. So, and this is Sophie the cat. She likes to sit on my lap during reads and chit chats and whatnot. So, something in your lit up, probably in your childhood, that you were told, and it could have lit up your tree, that you were told to shush about, keep quiet about, can't have any joy in that particular space, can't have any joy there, don't take joy in that. What that is for you, only you can say, but this is what it feels like. The devil's trying to light up that particular modality for you. Say, hey, did you want to come pay attention to where you're stifling yourself here? So that way it grows much more productively for you. Is there a way that you can bring this into fruition where the entirety of you lights up? Where the entirety of you lights up. Your whole person gets to come forward instead of just the top three, the top layers. This is why I don't like high vibing. It's because the roots are lit up, but this is dead. Or looks dead. See, why can't we be like this up here? Why is this taking so long to come? Because if you ask me, if this tree had roots, it would look like that. And so maybe you're taking your ideas and fantasies and they're not growing because there's something in your childhood that told you, no, that needs to stay underground. That, excuse me, it can't exist here. Okay? And the devil is saying to you, it can exist here. You just have to deal with the fact that somebody told you lies about how to see this, how to view this, and how to experience it. And again, I can't tell you what that is. It's not my job to clarify. This is a general read. If it doesn't pertain to you, leave it for those who need to see what happened in their childhood, or see where they lit up like a Christmas tree in their childhood that they were told to suppress. Okay? And a lot of times, you guys, it has to do with like spiritual gifts. A lot of times it has to do with intuitive gifts. It has to do with modalities of existing that are not socially acceptable or not even known about by the general population. We are coming into a time where telepathy is now in full focus, where children are not learning traditional ways through reading and writing and blah, 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 blah. So they are going to experience the world on a much, much different level. And this is nothing to panic about, but we do need to be there to support those beings. And that's what I'm saying, is there is something here that was in your childhood that lit you up like a Christmas tree that you just need to remember and look at. And it's not the devil. It is not anything to do with something that needs to be suppressed here. It's been suppressed, and the devil's holding up the torch going, remember when you lit up like this? Remember that? Do you remember? 2026. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay? So she is looking. She's reading a book. She's got her luxury over here. And she's looking with her head in the clouds like, oh, what was that again? What was that in my past? What was that? And maybe you're trying to research as to why the tree isn't growing. You're trying to figure out why how to get the luxury manifested into your life, and you're just not getting there because there's something that's missing. And that essence is your lower 3 chakras, your roots. Okay, the red is your root system. Okay, the sacral chakra is the organs, the sexual organs. Okay, the reproductive organs, the rebirthing organs, the whatever. And this is your will. Your yellow chakra, your core chakra, is your divine will, your divine drive. So when we're talking about high vibing, we're talking from the heart up, because they know how to control and manipulate that. The primal stuff, they hijack through, we know how they hijack the primal stuff, which is why they do not want you to look at it. And they do not, do you see those 3 circles there, how they're intertwining? They don't want you to hold it sacred by any means. And purity is not sacred. Denying how you feel is not sacred. Acting on every little impulse is also not sacred. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? Because we have not been taught or anything about how those 3 chakras conduct themselves. They're always poo-pooed. Everybody says, I've heard from spiritual leaders, though we just ignore those lower 3 chakras. This is why the high vibe thing is so popular. We're going to ignore those. We're going to go off somebody else's divine will. We're going to go off somebody else's sacral chakra wants and needs. We're going to have to go off somebody else's root system. And the devil's here going, that's not going to work this year, love. It's not going to work. Won't fly. Nothing's going to grow there. Okay. All right. Whew! It's a doozy of a read, kids. Okay. So let's get the Ace of Wands and the 9 of Cups in the reverse clarified. Please and thank you. All right. There it is. Okay. Justice or Judgment in the reverse and the Hangman. So you are making the wrong judgments here. You're trying to get a different perspective, and it's still giving you the wrong judgment here. It's still casting the wrong shadows. Okay? So let's go with the 9 of Pentacles clarified. Okay. There's your Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So you went from the 7 to the 9, manifesting the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay. So by getting through this and getting back to the Ace of Wands, your desires, rather than what somebody in a book is telling you how to do. Your head in the clouds here, remember the Six of Cups, nostalgia. Your head in the clouds is giving you the answer. That Hangman is giving you a different perspective on how to look through judgment. Okay, so now you're coming out on the other side going, okay, I did enough human homework to know what makes my resources grow, my world expand, my fortune expand. But now you've got to deal with the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands, your desires and your emotional relationships here. With the Six of Swords and the Five of Cups. Can I get some clarification on the Six of Swords and the Five of Cups here? It's kind of messy. Kind of not good messy. Okay. So what I'm seeing, there's the other, this is the Five of Cups in reverse though. Let's see if we can get you on a different pathway. Or open up a few more for you. So the Queen of Swords, so you got pissed. Somebody got pissed. Ace of Swords in reverse, not seeing clearly. Well, we know what that state is like. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The daughter, which is the Page of Pentacles in the upright. Strength in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Father of Wands in the upright. Okay, with these two things here, I feel like with the nostalgia card, you are being very thorough about where you're putting your ship here. With your, because I don't feel like your Three of Cups is going anywhere. I feel like you are being extra cautious where you put your ship in the water. And this says to me, I just rained down there, and now whatever emotion just got washed away from me is going to fade the ruin to white. And I'm going to let that fall away, knowing that I already have everything I need. So it's not that these Three of Cups are going away. You are doing a very thorough assessment. It doesn't even feel like 2025. This feels like a very thorough assessment of your entire life. Back to the childhood, back to the nostalgia where you were told how to see that, how to feel that, and how to experience that. And going, I don't think that's going to help me in the future. Because it's not fulfilling my emotional cup, it's depleting me. It feels like depletion here with the Five of Cups. And then you get the Five of Cups in reverse. So it feels like you are figuring out what depletes you and what empowers you here. And the world is not fucking giving it to you. The Wheel of Fortune is here because I think you're getting a glimpse of how it actually works. Because your Ace of Wands lady here is looking directly back at your Seven of Pentacles, the Devil in the upright, and the Six of Cups in the upright. It's looking exactly at it, going, oh yeah, now I remember. And the Devil is just going to hold that torch up and say, hey, did you want to look at this, or do you want to keep stuffing it down, ignoring it, numbing it out, drugging it out, drinking it out, smoking it out, whatever it is? Because a lot of times when we pick up those chemical substances without a reason to conduct a ceremonial type experience, it is to numb things out. It is to kind of get away from whatever spiritually is nagging you. It's funny how those can be used on two sides of that pendulum, right? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, which is now drawing my attention, is the Tower in reverse. the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the Four of Cups in reverse. So what that means is bringing other outside sources is not going to serve you at this time. It's not going to help you. It's not going to serve you in any way, shape, or form. This feels to me, and I've talked about this a little bit before a couple of weeks ago, is taking the situation, the energetic patterns all the way through the sifter, which is through the sifter. And again, not talking to your friends, but realizing you do have the support system, the root chakra, right? Taking it through the root chakra. How does it feel there? Does it ground me? Does it stabilize me? Can I expand my root system there? Then through the sacral chakra. Can I procreate from this space? And when I say procreate, I'm not talking about just making babies. It can be that. It does not have to be. The sacral chakra is where all creation that we produce comes from. We think it comes from here, and sometimes we think it comes from here. But there's a little light in the sacral chakra that is the spark of all creation. Do you see why they don't want us to look there? And when people are naturally in that state, they will come in and thieve our ideas. Do you see how that works? Not very good, is it? Not very great. Not fantastic for humanity. Okay? This is why the high vibe community, easy kids, because it's cutting your tree off. It's literally cutting your tree in half and demonizing the bottom half of it. So just be mindful of that. Whole vibe. Whole vibe higher. Whole vibe all the way out rather than up or down. Okay? Just easy with that. Easy, easy, easy. Because sometimes when we don't take it through the sifter, which is exactly what they want, they just want you to take it through the heart, the throat, the third eye, and then the crown chakra. They don't want you stable. Okay, so just easy does it. Okay, just be very, very cautious of how many parts and pieces you have to abandon of yourself to be part of a group system. This is why Spirit is telling you right now, do not bring anybody else into this. This is your sacred journey. Okay, and then your core solar plexus chakra. That is your divine will. That is your sacred divine will that I can't give you the answers to. Nobody can. Nobody should be in your ear giving you any sort of inclining as to what your divine will is. That comes from that space of your body. Just saying. Okay? Can I get the Fool card clarified, please? Okay. We got the Son of Pentacles and the reverse. That's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So rather than pluck that crocodile, the lizard brain, okay? Your central nervous system, rather than irritate the crap out of him, talk to the little birdie for a little while. Don't make any decisions. Don't do anything. Just keep sifting yourself, okay? Don't sabotage this energy just to move forward, okay? Don't do a New Year's resolution. Don't do a New Year's plan. Don't act on anything. Plan right now. Come in and enjoy your glorious, beautiful, magnificent self the way you are. And just bring everything, every idea, every whatever it is through the sifter, okay? Because you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, overcoming bad sleeping habits, the Moon going through your subconscious, the Mother of Cups in reverse, becoming emotional about it. You got the Five of Cups in reverse, the Six of Swords, trying to get to the safer waters, but it's working with the Three of Swords in reverse for healing, and then you're going to get justice. Now, I did a couple episodes on justice a couple days ago. Please go watch them if you feel called to do so, because you don't feel like justice is coming forward. You just need to get that out of the way. Do not step in the way of justice. Don't take it on. Don't think anything bad. If you think bad thoughts about the other parties or the situation or whatever it is, write it all down. January 3rd is the... Crap! I can't remember if it's a full or new moon, but it's in Cancer. The moon is in Cancer. Powerhouse. Write it all down. Do not reread it. Safely find a way to burn it. The Artist. Where's my book? Okay. Okay, so that's a great way to get that energetic pattern out, because if you step in the way of justice, you're stepping in the path of their karma. It sounds counterintuitive, and I spent the majority of my life doing the same blasted thing as stepping in the way of karma. Get out of her way. Let Lady Justice do her work, okay? And no, I am not talking about our legal structure here. That is not a story for this channel. But this is you just going, okay, I'm not wasting my energy, my resources, my precious resources, trying to get anything out of anybody else, when you just need to step out of the way and let divine justice do her thing. Okay, the Artist. The Artist. Okay. Rubens Rose. Listen closely to your intuition as it's trying to turn your attention to what you need to focus on. Don't go with the flow of what everyone else seems to be doing or others are experiencing or expecting. Embrace change. Play and be adventurous. And while it may seem hard at the moment to take a big plunge into a new endeavor, you can certainly dip your toe into creative spirit. The artist may indeed become carried away with their own ideas as they jump from thought to thought, searching for the common threads, but they will eventually focus on creating order from the organic. Find a quiet space and in your journal describe the first 5 things you see. What do you feel about them? Bred in 1859, the Moreau Robert Rose was growing company near the town of Angers, France. This rose is named after the Dutch painter Peter Paul Rubens, 1577 to 1640. He is considered the most influential artist of the Flemish Baroque tradition and is famed for his depictions of soft-bodied, full-figured women. The correspondence with his full, soft paint